Hello everyone, Jessica here with Cardinal Signs. Welcome to your July mid-month update. So we're going to take a look at general energies and messages coming in for the second half of July, and then we'll take a peek into what you can expect regarding love and romance in particular. So this video is time-stamped. You can scroll to the description box, find your sun sign, and when you click on that, it'll take you to the point in the video where I talk about you. So enjoy the readings. Thanks for watching. Okay, Cancer, here are the cards that have come out for you. So we'll start by talking about the general messages. We've got the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Hermit, the Four of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, interesting mix of energy. I feel like it's very like slow, quick, slow, slow, quick. That's standing out quite vividly for me. So I think that you're going to feel that quite significantly, where things are going to feel like they're really dragging, and then all of a sudden like a bunch of stuff happens, and then you know, you step on the brakes, everything slows down, and then again something really quick, a bunch of stuff happens. So that's coming up quite strongly here. Let me just take a look and see. At the center we have the Hermit. So there's a lot of self-reflection, a lot of internal work going on, especially with the fours here, the Four of Swords in particular. Really looking for some inner peace, taking a time out for yourself. I think this is a result of, with the Eight of Wands, some new information that has come to light, something that someone has said to you. You know, there's messages coming in. It might have shaken you up a little bit. I feel like you were in a place where you might have been a little bit stuck and stagnant. You were comfortable, at least. And now this, these messages coming in quick succession are throwing you off a little bit. And you have to take a step backward and kind of ask yourself, how do I feel about that? What am I going to do with that information? Ultimately, once you've gone through that process, I see like you have this fire lit under you, and you're just charging forward into August with a lot of passion. So whatever it is, whatever messages are coming in for you, they're really getting you going. So if you have felt that you are stuck and stagnant and need a bit of a shakeup, you've sure got it coming in here. So things are really picking up. A lot of fast energy moving forward into August. Passion being ignited. This is good. I really like this progression. Now let's talk about love. First card out, we've got the Page of Swords. We've got the Ace of Wands. The Hierophant. The Four of Swords beneath the Four of Swords. And that King of Swords. I am telling you, I think the King of Swords has been in like 4 of these readings so far. He is super busy today. Okay. Let's take a look here. Again, I see like this interesting reflection between your general and your love. We definitely have a lot of fast-moving, passionate energy. Plenty of communication going on. Communication is going to be really highlighted, and I feel like it's expressions of love and passion. These can be coming from you or coming to you. There may also be expressions by you or by your partner for the desire to make things a little more committed. You know, if you're dating, you know, discussing, you know, where you're going, discussing your level of commitment to one another, that kind of thing. This can bring up some fear, whether in you or in your partner, you know, depending on who is, you know, broaching that topic. But one of you I see is kind of having to take a moment and just kind of reflect, like, where are we heading? And, you know, what do I want from this relationship? What am I able to give to it? You know, how do I really feel about my partner? So all these kind of questions are coming up here. It's exciting. It's really, really exciting, this energy coming in. There's a lot of potential for the future. If you're currently in a relationship, a lot of beautiful potential between the two of you. If you are single and looking, well, you know, everyone's had the King of Swords, so why not you? I don't know. I think he's just being our stand-in for a suitor. He's representing a suitor today, because he certainly can't be with everybody. That's just not fair. So somebody potentially coming in by the end of July, someone that will really ignite your passion and has the potential to offer, you know, commitment. Let's get an additional message of guidance for you, Cancer. What does Cancer need to know? Right off the bat, I'm going to take that one. Innocence. So that's beautiful. I think that pairs well with the love reading. So keep it light. If you're discussing about, you know, where you're at in your relationship and where you want to go with your partner, and, you know, talking about commitment and all that kind of thing, that can be overwhelming for some people. Some people are afraid of commitment. So the advice here is to really keep it light, keep the pressure low. It's still important to talk about those things. You know, just letting it slide and sweeping it all under the rug isn't going to work. But try to approach it in a way that is just friendly and playful, even very open, low pressure. And I think that conversation will go a lot better. So I hope that this was helpful for you, Cancer. Moving on now to Leo. Okay, Leo, so we've got your cards here. I'm just going to lay them out in the order that they came out of the deck, starting with your general messages. So first one out was the Fool, followed by the King of Swords. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So some of you have a new beginning coming your way, and this is a fairly significant beginning paired with the Wheel of Fortune. I just feel that there's a lot of power and significance behind these energies. For some of you, this is going to be heavily tied to job and finance, that kind of thing. Perhaps you're starting a new job with the Fool here, and it's looking very promising. If money has been tight for you, definitely the tides are turning in your favor, where you're transitioning from that place of, you know, worry and tightness with this Six of Swords and moving to a place of abundance and opportunity. So you have a lot of opportunities being brought into your life with these two cards here. Really excellent opportunities. So keep your eyes open, keep a lookout, and just remember that when things come into your life, you still have to make it work for you. So you'll have to accept offers that, you find attractive, that resonate with you, and then figure out a way how you're going to kind of merge that with your current situation. So you need to be adaptable. There's definitely a sense of change and transition in these cards. You're going to have to think on that. Remain optimistic and very open-minded. You're going to be having a lot of ideas about where it is that you want to be going with this new opportunity. Some of you are, I think, have been, I think for most of you, this is kind of like a past thing. Some of you have been walking in the wrong direction, because we have the Fool here just wandering off away from all of these opportunities coming in. So some of you are in need of redirection, where you need to, really sit and think about what you need in your life, what it is that you want, what needs to happen in order to bring these opportunities in for you. Because for some of you, you've been misguided and misdirected, and you need to get back on track, facing the right direction, and kind of work through that transition so that you're able to meet these opportunities. Some of you may still be dealing with that kind of energy where you feel like some of you, I'm getting kind of like going around in circles here with this Fool and the Wheel of Fortune. And we need to, with the King of Swords energy between this, that's going to help put an end to that and really help to redirect and focus your energy on where it needs to go. So that looks good. So just keep those messages in mind. Now for love in particular, we have the Magician, we have Strength, and this is your card, Leo. We have the Eight of Swords, and we've got actually an extra, these two cards came out together, and I'm going to treat them as a pairing. The Knight of Wands, and then we have the Chariot with the Hanged Man. Okay. I feel like many of you are receiving green lights, like the go-ahead. And you are able to move forward with confidence, with Strength and the Magician paired here. I think that some of you have felt kind of trapped and stuck, and that might go along with kind of being in a circle, that maybe that's running over into your love life as well, where you feel that you haven't been able to progress forward, and it's kind of like, just like this, you're 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Again and again, you make a little headway, and then you're back to square one. But you're recognizing this pattern. You see it for what it is. And now I do see some green lights coming in where you're able to have more control over your direction and where you're going with your love life. Your partner, if you're coupled, may be giving you good signals, good messages, good vibes. But in general, I just see you being able to have a lot of confidence in the second half of July. Now, these two cards here are a specific message for some of you where you may be dealing with mixed messages from your partner or potential partner. Because we have the Chariot and we have the Hanged Man, which are two completely opposite energies. The Chariot is very fast, very forward-driven, all about success and advancement. Whereas the Hanged Man here is very stagnant and stale, and it's stuck in place, and it's waiting for something to shift before making a move. So this is a very bold energy, very forward looking, and this energy is a little bit more reluctant, a little bit more backward looking. So I feel that some of you, maybe you yourselves are struggling with this energy where you're kind of going back and forth between these two. One day you're feeling very optimistic and you want to take steps forward, and the next maybe you're getting some cold feet. Others of you might have a partner or potential partner who are exhibiting these kind of behaviors where they're giving you green lights, you know, 1 week, and then next week it's like, whoa, where did all that go? They've kind of backed off and they're nowhere to be found now. So just be aware of those. Remember this courage. This is your card coming in here really strong. So proceed with confidence, because confidence is very attractive. And that will help you bring in what it is that you want, whether you're trying to attract a specific person or whether you and your partner are trying to achieve a certain goal together. Confidence is key for you in the second half of July. I'm so sorry, Leo. I realized I forgot to pull your additional card of guidance here. So let's do that. Additional message of guidance for Leo. Oh, there it is. Perception. So this is going to be about how you look at things. So if things are tough, for example, if you're going through a tough time, you can focus on how hard and difficult it is and kind of get yourself stuck in that. And that would be like that hanged man energy where you're stuck in that cycle. Or you can decide to take this as an opportunity and something that is going to give you reason to really take that momentum of the Chariot and look forward to the future with optimism, with the Chariot on your side. So it is really about duality here, and we can see that very strongly in this card, how we have, you know, the two masks here, you know, the comedy and the tragedy. So which mask are you going to wear in the last half of July? Which energy are you going to take on as your own? Are you going to be in the Hanged Man energy? And there's nothing wrong with the Hanged Man energy. There's always a time and place for that, for taking your time, for waiting, for introspection and reflection. Or are you going to take the Chariot, which is very racing forward into the future, a lot of momentum, a lot of drive and vigor and strength. So what time is it for you? And it's going to be different for everyone. Some of you will be one, some of you will be the other. But take a moment to think on that. Which one best suits your decision? You know, of where you're going. Do you need time to sit and think? Do you need the energy and the propulsion of the Chariot? And this is a matter of your perception of what it is that you want. So I think we'll leave it at that. And now we truly are moving on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo, so a bunch of cards came out for you. So let's start off with your general messages. So first card out, we have the High Priestess, followed by the Nine of Wands, the Lovers, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so many of you are receiving intuitive guidance and messages, but you are doubting your intuition. You're receiving these and you're questioning whether they are valid or not. So the guidance here is go with your gut. If you feel strongly about something, if you are being given messages that are, you know, really stand out for you and feel significant, don't doubt them. Accept them. Because when we doubt our intuitive powers, we diminish them. It's kind of like we have rejected that part of ourselves, and then we will receive less and less guidance through that channel. So really be careful with that and make sure that you are open and accepting to the guidance that comes in for you. It looks like family and relationships are going to be really good because we have the Lovers paired with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is very much a stable, happy household situation going on in the second half of July. Yeah, if you're partnered, it feels really good. There's a lot of time and resources for you and your partner to be able to spend together and do the things that you enjoy. It looks very abundant. A lot of love. Now this packet of cards came out and I decided to accept it. I was looking just for an additional 5th card, but we got 5 whole new cards. So this is probably going to speak to some of you. So let's see what we've got here. So we have the Queen of Cups, Judgment, the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and the King of Wands. I feel like this is, for most of you that this will be speaking about, this is going to be for love. Although we do have separate love cards, but some of you this will be business and finance. I think that you are making a decision about a partnership, because we have the Lovers here up above as a very strong energy. And the Ten of Pentacles is definitely about partnering with at least one other person in order to increase your stability and your flow of resources into your life. So we have a Queen of Cups and we have a King of Cups. And because this is general, this can be male or female. These can just be the kind of qualities that these people have. So very nurturing, very giving, very level-headed, very passionate, very good business sense, quite a visionary when it comes to business, very charming. And persuasive. Now, in the center here, we have you taking your time and really thinking about this. And this is a big decision with Judgment here. For some of you, if this is love, this is about commitment. This is about moving in together, taking it to the next level, talking about marriage, buying a home perhaps. For those of you that this is business, this will be about, creating an alliance between two people and going into business together. Perhaps actually setting up like a physical shop or something like that, like a mortar and brick type of business. So the advice is to take your time because it's a fairly significant decision that you're making. And make sure above all else that you feel really good about this. If you feel good about it, that's your intuition telling you to go for it. If you feel a lot of reservation and doubt, then that's your intuition telling you either to not go with it or at least wait until a little more information is available. So I'm going to just clear these ones out of the way for now, and we'll take a look at your love cards. So first out, we've got the 6 of Cups with the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Wands. It came out in reverse. I don't normally read reversals, but this may indicate coming under the Lovers here that there may be a little bit of miscommunication between you and your partner, so just be aware of that, like wires crossed or saying something and then it's interpreted in a way that you didn't really intend it to be, or vice versa. So just be careful. We've got the Page of Cups and we have the 10 of Pentacles. You've got the 10 of Pentacles twice, so I really see that being a strong energy, which is like 10 of Pentacles is fantastic. This is feeling really good in your life, just feeling stable in your home life, feeling stable in your career, your finances, your partnerships. So it's excellent energy to have. Now, There's a little bit of looking back into the past going on, maybe reminiscing about what was, or if you have planted some seeds. So for example, if you were single and you had perhaps reached out and made a connection with someone from your past, and you've been waiting to hear back from them, you might actually be, because we have that Eight of Wands coming in here. So there may be, for some of you, someone from your past coming back in and reconnecting with you, or you reaching back and reconnecting with them and thinking about them quite a bit. I see you kind of taking your time about this. It's probably been on your mind for a while now. It's not going to be like it just pops into your mind and you go ahead and call them. It's just kind of something that you've been chewing on for a bit. But it feels good. And a lot of optimism with the Eight of Wands. If you are reaching out to someone, and this can be someone that you don't actually, really know very well, but that you've kind of had, like a passing acquaintanceship with, and now you have an opportunity to reach out to them. It looks like it's going to be very well received because we have the Page of Cups here. So this is definitely a receptive energy when it comes to love and romance. They're very open to your sentiments, or vice versa. You're open to their messages and their sentiments. I think a message for some of you is enough daydreaming with the Six of Cups and Seven Pentacles. Enough waiting and daydreaming, and it's now time for action. It's now time to do something that's concrete to express yourself to the person that you're interested in, whether you're coupled or single. If you've been sitting on something and chewing on it for a while, it's time for you to, gather your thoughts and express yourself clearly to your partner or potential partner. I see them being very open and receptive to what it is that you have to say. And you're ending the month here with the Ten of Pentacles, so it looks really good. So whatever this is, it's panning out for you quite nicely. I'm going to pull an additional card of guidance for you. Let's see what else. What else does Virgo need to know for the second half of July? Additional message of guidance for Virgo. There it is. So we've got centering. And I think this is talking about this Nine of Wands here, where you may be feeling, you can see that both of these cards, I don't know if you can see too clearly, but they kind of have this tense energy with their arms up, kind of holding on tightly. It's a little bit defensive and protective. So you may find that you need to work on kind of loosening up and opening up and allowing. Try not to be too tight with your communication, with how you're expressing yourself, because this person is keeping everything very close to their chest. So if you're partnered, or if you are, kind of trying to work things out with a potential partner, they don't know what it is that you're thinking and feeling, because you keep everything very tight and close to your chest. So if that is your tendency, then you need to work on opening up. With this Lovers, you can see that we have these arms opened up wide, allowing and expressing the flow of love in and out. So that's what the focus needs to be on for the second half of July. So I hope that these messages were helpful for you, Virgo. Now moving on to Libra. Okay, Libra, so these are the cards that have come out for you. So let's start with your general messages here. First card, we have the Ten of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Chariot. Okay. So some of you are trying to work through a disappointment, possibly a disappointment in love, but this can be any kind of disappointment because this is general. So you're working very hard to try to pick yourself back up. But I feel like with this Knight of Swords kind of pushing things that way, it feels like there may be some kind of blockage where you're pushing and pushing to try to work through this disappointment and this heartache. But it's almost like there's something that's pushing back against you fairly forcefully. So perhaps take some time and think about what this is that is pushing back against you and resisting your efforts to heal and carry forward with a little more ease. And see if we can get this Knight of Swords to kind of turn around the other way so that this momentum, because this is a card with a lot of momentum, can help to push you in the right direction. Ultimately, I see you able to do that because we have you coming into the Nine of Cups and the Chariot, which is moving forward in the right direction towards what it is that you ultimately really want, what you've really been hoping for and wishing for. So it looks like things are turning around for you. This might have been more something that you've been struggling with in the recent past, but some of you may experience this perhaps in the third week of July. But things are turning around, and fairly quickly, once you get over this block, something is probably going to shift, and you're going to have a new vision for what it is that you want, and greater clarity in how it is that you're going to get there. Now let's take a look at your love cards. So we've got the Two of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Star, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So definitely a lot of love here with the Two of Cups. Possibly a pairing here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor. Now it's interesting, they both have something to offer if you take a look at that. The Queen of Pentacles is holding something, something on offer. This could be her heart, this could be a promise. And the Emperor has something on offer as well that he's holding. It looks very promising. Now we have the Star, which is a wish card as well, and it's coming beneath the Nine of Cups, the other wish card. So this is like the promise of a wish coming true. For those of you who are partnered, I think there's going to be a lot of like awe and appreciation for the person that you're with. Like you're going to be feeling just amazed by how lucky you are. You're going to be feeling very, very fortunate to be partnered with this person. There's a lot of love flowing back and forth between the two of you. Now we have the Three of Pentacles here, which is promise for new growth. This is a very strong and dynamic partnership. This is one that's very equal, where you support each other equally. And you help each other really grow and expand. So you're growing and expanding together, which is nice, because sometimes there's a tendency to kind of grow in different directions or grow at different rates, and then that can be difficult and painful. But I see the two of you being on the same page and very connected with these energies, definitely in tune and very much in sync. I'm going to pull an additional card here. Additional message of guidance for Libra for the second half of July. Additional card of guidance for Libra for the second half of July. New beginnings. Ooh, that's always exciting. So for some of you, a clean slate here. This can be speaking to either the general or the love message or both. Now, if you have been feeling down for some time, if there's been disappointment and heartache for some time, these two cards paired with the new beginnings is really going to help open up and allow you to let that go and move forward with fresh optimism for what is yet to come. You know, new opportunities coming in here that are very exciting, things that you have really been hoping and wishing for coming in. For those of you who are single and looking, possibly a new partner here coming in, or being able to start fresh, maybe with someone that you've been with, and maybe things haven't been working out so easily. With these three cards here, it's kind of like the energies just haven't been matching up properly, but perhaps you'll have a fresh new start, an opportunity for that coming in. So that's very exciting. So I hope that these messages were helpful for you, Libra. Take care of yourself, and moving on now to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, so we've got your cards here. Let's start off with your general messages. First card out is the Three of Wands, the Six of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and you had an extra card come out. So we've got the Page of Swords, and let's try to fit that extra card in here. The Star. Great bonus card, my favorite. So let's talk about it. I'm actually going to go like this. There we go. Okay. So I think many of you have been waiting for something, and you may have been a little bit uneasy about whether or not this was going to come or in time or come at all. It may have been a little bit uncertain, and you might have been worried or uneasy about this. But I see it coming in here, and you can now take that and transition forward towards where you need to go. So very much about moving forward and being able to progress. So you're receiving something that you needed in order to be able to do that. Now you have the King of Pentacles. For many of you, this will be related to like career or some kind of project that you've been working on. So there may have been some kind of blockage, and now that's opening up, and things are going to be flowing a lot more smoothly for you. Now we have the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Star. For some of you, this might have been like you were waiting for permission, or for kind of like a nod of approval. And I feel like you are receiving kind of like that blessing through the Star, and you're receiving that communication in some form. Now for others of you, expression, especially verbal expression, is going to be very important here. I feel like you need to dig deep into yourself. Something that you have not expressed or felt able to express, you're going to be kind of digging that up and finding the words to put to those feelings. This might be a little bit scary, but I feel like this is going to open up something new for you. This is probably more focused on interpersonal relationship, but it may be some kind of idea that you've been harboring for some time, and you might have been afraid to let it out, but I really see that opening up. And if you are kind of pitching an idea to somebody or expressing something that you feel is very important to you, and you've been a little reluctant or afraid to let that out, they're receiving it very well with this Star card, and with a great deal of maturity and appreciation. So let's keep these cards up here where we can see them, and then we'll talk about your love energies. So we've got the Magician, the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Now, before we begin, I want to note that all of your cards came out face down. So for many of you, this may indicate that things are in your love life are going to be a little bit more private, not so much out in the public eye. These might even be things that you are working through internally and personally, but that are still related to a significant relationship or partnership in your life. I feel like there's some healing going on here with the Magician, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. So you are actively working on helping yourself to feel better, especially if there has been any kind of disappointment or heartache, and that would be something that is in the past. But I see you actively working to feel very good about yourself. A lot of personal confidence going on here. For those of you who are dating, you may find yourself, it's fairly light, kind of like there are a bunch of different potentials on the scene, but for now there might not be any one in particular that stands out too much. And this could be where you're doing the internal work on trying to hone in on what it is that you want. For those of you who are partnered, there may be, I was getting a love triangle, but I don't think it's like a serious thing. It might just kind of be like a passing thought more than an action. Just a passing thought. You have a lot of potential for growth here. And I think healing is kind of like a key word for you when it comes to love for the second half of July. Healing and kind of growing and expanding to a point where you're able to let someone in on a deeper level. And you may be doing this, if you're partnered, you may be doing this with the help of your partner, with the Three of Pentacles here. There's a lot of very supportive energy coming in with this Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. And I see you getting to the point here where you feel much more whole by the end of this month. You've done a lot of work, and you're going to continue doing a lot of work to get yourself feeling emotionally stable and healing and you're going to feel very whole. Like I said, I got the sense that this was more of a self-reflective period for you when it comes to love and romance, rather than kind of like the busy outward expression of it. It's very personal. Now I'm going to pull an additional card of guidance for you, Scorpio, just to get another message. Oh, I guess we're getting 2 messages today. Okay, so we got purity here, and that is all about cleansing ourselves and renewing ourselves. There's a lot of green in this card, which is a very healing color. A lot of green in that 8 of Pentacles as well. So this is getting yourself to a place where you feel whole and new again. So if you have been feeling heavy-hearted, maybe something's been troubling you, you're going to be looking into that and taking care of that. And you're going to be feeling very refreshed and ready for whatever's coming next by the end of the month. Now, some of you may actually have someone very significant coming in, or you may already know this person. You've got kindred spirit here. So this is somebody that you have a very deep connection with. This is like a soul level connection, where there's instant recognition. Your energies click and merge very easily, and there's this beautiful interplay between the two of you where you just get along beautifully. Communication flows, laughter flows, love flows. It's very lovely. So for some of you, if you are looking, then you are preparing yourself at this time. You are getting ready and kind of clearing off that canvas of your heart, and healing anything that needs to be healed. And then I feel you whole and ready for this beautiful person coming in for you. And for those of you who are coupled with this person already, they're probably going to be helping you through any kind of hurt that you've been feeling. So beautiful energies for you, Scorpio. So I hope that was helpful for you. Moving on now to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. So let's start off with your general messages. Let's take a look at your cards here. So we've got the 9 of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, and Strength. Some of you have been shy and reluctant in the past, and this might be coming in a little bit for the beginning of the second half of July. But I see you really coming into your power here as you move through the rest of the month. So it's like you're leaving behind like doubts, self-doubts, maybe even feelings of inadequacy. And you're really coming into your power with this King of Pentacles and this Ace of Swords. Very confident, very charismatic. A lot of authority and the ability to express yourself very clearly, what it is that you want. You have the Hierophant and you have the Strength card. So this takes courage, and you have courage coming in here. And with this card, the Hierophant, I feel that people are really stopping to listen to what it is that you have to say. The Hierophant is a card of authority, and I'm feeling like this is your authority with these 4 cards coming in here. There's this switch being flipped in you where before you were maybe even shaking in your boots about something, but all of a sudden you have this brilliant confidence coming through. And maybe you're standing up for something that you feel very strongly about, putting your foot down and saying enough's enough, or, you know, this is the way I see it and that's the way I'm going to do it. And people are kind of going, oh, okay. So really powerful energy. Let's take a look at your love cards. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so interesting, because we have the Nine of Wands here, and then we have the Nine of Wands here. So mirroring. So we want to make sure, I'm going to tie these two in together. We want to make sure that once you get into that place of personal power, where you feel very confident, don't let that slide. If you feel that that's slipping, recognize that and really, you know, stand firm. Because when it comes to your love life in particular, that might be the tendency. And if you allow that momentum to falter, you're going to become very disappointed and you're going to end up right back where you started. So be firm and stand your ground, and people are really going to perk up and take notice of what you're doing in a good way. I feel like you've been waiting for this for a long time, to make your move. We've got the Seven of Pentacles here, and I see you finally taking it. And that's probably going to coincide with the general energies of when that switch is flipped for you. And you feel suddenly empowered to make that move. There is going to be, if you're reaching out to somebody, there is going to be a waiting period where you may not hear back from them right away. And I think this is going to bother you a little bit. And that might be what triggers you to revert back into your state of unempowerment. So just be aware of that. Now that we're going through this here, that might happen. And don't let that knock you off your horse. Because confidence is incredibly important when we're trying to attract someone into our life. Confidence is definitely like a sexy attribute. So you want to hold on to that. And if you falter in that confidence, if you're putting out a message, and this is the message that you're putting out, and then all of a sudden you stop putting out that message, because you begin doubting yourself, and now you start putting in a message going out, you know, a different message, you're kind of sabotaging yourself. So you want to make sure you're very clear about what it is you want, and then stick with it. Even if it doesn't pan out right away, don't let it knock you off your horse. Let's get an additional message of guidance for you, Sagittarius. Let's see what else you need to know. Additional message of guidance for Sagittarius for the second half of July. Sanctuary. Okay. If you are working on plucking up the courage to do something, it's hard to make that first step. And there may be the tendency to keep yourself shut away, make up excuses, hide yourself in a place that you feel safe and secure, this sanctuary. And that's not going to get you anywhere. There is a time and place for that. And it's good to recognize when you need that space and that safety. But right now is the time for you to really step out. You know, maybe you're breaking out of your shell. You're coming into a deeper realization of yourself. And that can be scary. That kind of takes us out of our safety zone. But you have the courage and strength here to be able to do that. So keep that in mind. And everything's going to be okay. Ultimately, this card is saying that you are safe. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, your sanctuary is always within you. And that quiet confidence that you hold in yourself and that certainty. It doesn't matter what everyone else thinks. But I see people having great respect for you as long as you hold that respect for yourself. So that is your message coming in here. So I hope that that message was helpful for you. Thanks for watching, Sagittarius. So I hope you found these messages helpful. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. Take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of your month. And I'll see you again in August.